Well, so again, I think those things we talked about earlier about finding creative answers to challenges. So a couple of maybe examples of that is, I would tell you today in the finance business, success for financial services firms has typically been defined as how much profit they make, the size of their own balance sheet, the number of products they've been able to sell to consumers. And I think we're trying to change the conversation. We're trying to define what does it mean for a financial cooperative to be successful is actually the aggregate success of the people that do business with it. So we're trying to go down to the almost to the family and to the segment of one level and say, here's what it means to be successful and financially well. And we're going to incent our whole business, make decisions about those things that actually drive financial success for the consumer, not financial success for the organization. And I think that is a fundamental paradigm shift that when people from the outside look at Connexus, you know, lots of them say to me, that's the way finance should be, is that we should be serving the consumer, not having the consumer feed the enterprise in terms of driving shareholder value.
Okay. Why do you feel it's important for businesses and leaders to operate with ethics in mind?
Well, I mean, there's so many examples where, again, the world is such a transparent place. You can't say one thing and do another today without people noticing. And there's, again, really great examples, I think, in business journals and media today that they're studying. And, you know, so Volkswagen is a really classic example. And, you know, so they weren't reporting emissions. The result of all the unethical behavior, it drove tens of billions of dollars difference in shareholder value, almost in the span of 30 or 60 days. And so the market, it's much more open. So if you can't hide anymore. So the things you believe in show up in the way leaders interact. Social media is very powerful today, and that consumers have as big a voice as enterprises do. And you just can't hide. And yet when society finds out that you're not acting ethically or acting with integrity, the markets are very quick to punish, as they should be, in my mind. Because again, if you look at the Enrons and the WorldComs and the Tycos, and you look at the way the leaders reacted to those situations, every business makes mistakes. I would tell you in our business today, we actually get our most high loyalty scores from when we've recovered from doing something where we've made a mistake. By authentically showing up to somebody and saying, you're right, we've made a mistake, and here's how we're going to make it better, and most of all, we're sorry. Because I don't think anybody's perfect, any organization's perfect, but how you recover and how you genuinely make decisions. For us, if it's in the interest of somebody's financial wellness, you can appreciate that the ability for us to recover and for our staff to know what to do in a crisis is much easier than perhaps an entity where the decision to recover might impact shareholder value. So I think that kind of moral compass for us makes it easier for people to make decisions, but it also makes us more real and human as a business. And I think in today's world, people are kind of genuinely interested in dealing with places that are real and human.